Okay, this is upload2 about our new book, Scene Sequel Solution. Robert Beatty, Glenn Sharp. Now, Amazon has software that makes decisions. Sure. Now you see here it says reading age 12 to 18 years. We didn't put that in. And down here, product details. Slide to the bottom. Reading age 12 to 18 years. Now, while that's wrong and may have commercial consequences for us, we're flattered. What we worked on was making it readable. We did not write it for the purpose of lowering the Fleisch-Kincaid score, but apparently when I ran it, it's 6th grade reading level. So apparently the Amazon artificial intelligence software said, oh, this is written for kids. Now, I don't know what we'll do about this. The book is it's on Kindle. Now, Fleisch-Kincaid is supposed to be, and it is pretty accurate. It's not entirely perfect, but it's pretty accurate about grade level. So a 6th grader can read this book, but a few years ago, actually someone said this as an insult to Stephen King, and I ignored it for years, and I wondered if it was true, and I typed out a few pages of a Stephen King novel and ran the Fleisch-Kincaid score, and yes, it's written at a 4th grade reading level. So I don't know how much later, but sometime later, I typed out a few pages of John D. MacDonald's The Dreadful Lemon Sky. John D. MacDonald is considered a better writer than Stephen King. But here's the thing, he wrote at a 3rd grade reading level on the Fleisch-Kincaid score. So that we've written this book and deliberately made it readable, even though we saw places we could, make it better for the Fleisch-Kincaid score that we did not do. But still, we're pleased that it should be readable. You shouldn't have any trouble understanding it. Now, one of the things for example, this sentence, the scene sequel solution format has been used by big names and working pros for at least a century. We could have stopped there, period. And it has been reprinted, even presented under rebranded names, yet it still seems to be a secret. Those could actually be 3 sentences, which would improve the Fleisch-Kincaid score. But we weren't writing this to lower the Fleisch-Kincaid score. We were writing it to be readable, and it comes out to be 6th grade reading level. Now, like I said, that's not necessarily good for us commercially. For people that say, oh, well, this is for kids, it is not. But, so contents, discussed that a little bit in the previous video. And then the chapters, 11 full chapters, including a fully annotated scene sequel unit. It's the end of Act 1. And afterward, and about the author. So let's go here. Presuming, there we go. Glenn Sharp is a professional editor and ghostwriter with 20 years experience in various corners of news and publishing. Specializing in Midwest history, he's credited co-author with of Black Horizons, the memoir of aviator, businessman, and politician Rip Gooch, and Sophisticated Lady, the remarkable life of Irma Wassel, Queen of Kansas Poets, written with Nancy Glenn. Now, Rip Gooch was elected many times as a state senator. He was a successful businessman and aviator. Nancy Glenn, I don't know if she's still president of the Kansas Authors Club, but was for many years, and was good friends with Irma Wassel. And Irma Wassel was famous in a minor way. You may have heard of her, depending on if you read her poetry or about her remarkable life. Let's see if Glenn said more about himself here. Nope, that's it. What do you say about me here? Well, it's just... All right, well, I just wanted to go over basically the what I presume is the reason for the saying that this is for reading age 12 to 18 years is just because we have a low Fleisch-Kincaid score on the Amazon AI. I'm not complaining about Amazon or Google or YouTube, but their AI is not considered the best. They have work to do. Oh, I mentioned in previous video, I've seen sequels well known to some writers and to many journalists and other writers. It's new, even though it's been taught in universities for a century, and it's well known to commercial writers. All pulp writers used to know it. So the next volume, talking more about, in fact, I'm working on it right now, the Walter S. Campbell version of Scene Sequel. There it is, complete formula for the scene. Now, this was 30 years before Dwight Swain's version. Swain made it easier for his students. He thought this seemed to be too complicated for a younger generation in the 1960s. This was taught in the 1930s, and this book was written in the 1930s. Walter S. Campbell's writing magazine fiction, which was the only real market for writers back then. And we'll talk more of that when we get to the second volume.